welcome to my YouTube channel Instinct. In this video, I will be discussing about response examples in Bruno. Response examples are saved snapshots of API responses that are stored as sub request under your main request. Each example captures request details such as parameters, headers and body used to generate the response data, the complete response returned by the API, response headers, all headers that are returned with the response. I have also added a note in this notepad, that is, example requests are read-only by design. They serve as documentation and reference, not as executable requests. So we cannot execute response examples. That is an important point to note. Now I am going straight into the demo. I have already opened Bruno. I have created one collection called response example, and I have created one post API request, and the name of the request is create resource. I am using the API from JSON placeholder. So this is the payload which I am passing. I will show the documentation. You can see this is the endpoint which I am hitting, and this is the payload which I am passing as a JSON. Now I am going to hit this request. You have got a 201 status code. Now to create response example, you just have to click on this icon. You can see the tooltip, save current response as example. So after clicking this one, you can give name and description for this particular example, and this will save as a sub request under the main request. This cannot be executed. This can be used for documentation purposes. So I am clicking on this button. You can give meaningful name and meaningful description. Here I am giving like this. I am clicking on create example. You can see the description and the sub request name coming here. So you can see Bruno has saved a sub request under the main request, and you can see the request details like body and the response headers as well. Now if you want to create a response example for a negative case, you can do that as well. To do that, I am making some changes in the API endpoint. So I am changing the resource name which is not there, and saving the request and sending the request now. So obviously we have got a 404 status code because this particular resource is not there in the server, so that server has returned a 404 status code. Now if you want to create a response example for this one, just repeat the same process again. Give a name and give a description. I am creating the example. You can see that example 2 got stored under the main request create resource, and you can see the payload which we passed and the API endpoint and the headers returns. So this is how you can make use of response examples in Bruno. So I hope this particular session was very useful for everyone. If you find this particular video interesting and useful, please consider subscribing the channel. Please like, share and comment on the video. Thanks for watching and keep learning.